Picture this. It's Atlanta. Joey Logano, a three-time Cup Series champion, a bloke with a Daytona 500 on the mantle, is leading laps, running top 10, absolutely flat out, and he's scared. Not of the wall, not of the draft. He's scared of a skinny Kiwi and a Chevrolet. On the radio, mid-race, Logano keys up and says, and I'm quoting the man directly here, "The Trackhouse cars are weapons, man. The 97 and the purple one, they're going to crash all of us at some point." Now stop, rewind that in your head. A three-time champ just called Shane Van Gisbergen a walking wrecking ball on live radio. That's not trash talk, mates. That's fear. That's a Goliath watching David pick up a bigger rock. And here's the part nobody's saying out loud. This isn't a phase. It's not a road course ringer gimmick that fades when the season turns. This is a permanent takeover, and the 2027 roster leak proves the veterans know it's coming. So why is the entire U.S. garage sweating over an accent from Auckland? Let's decode it. Welcome back to NASCAR Nation Decoded, where we don't read you the press release. We read you what the press release is trying to hide. Today, we're pulling apart three things the suits don't want connected: Logano's meltdown, SVG's cheat code technique that the whole U.S. garage is terrified of, and the 2027 Charter Agreement that quietly clears the runway for an international invasion. By the end of this, you'll understand why a bloke who's won everything is suddenly playing defense. Grab a coldie, let's decode it. Let's start with the numbers, because numbers don't have feelings. Shane Van Gisbergen won on his debut. Chicago Street Course 2023, first ever Cup. Start from the back, flat out, straight to victory lane. No one had done that since 1963. Then in 2025, his first full-time season, Rookie of the Year, 5 wins, and a run of 3 straight road course victories where he wasn't just beating the field, he was lapping the conversation. Mexico City, Sonoma. He's now tied for the second most road course wins in Cup history, and the bloke's only been here 5 minutes. Now here's the pattern. Interrupt the bit that keeps veterans awake at night. It's not the wins. It's how he wins. SVG drives with what the Aussies and Kiwis call heel and toe right foot braking. And I need you to understand this because it's the whole ball game. While the American drivers rev match on downshifts with no clutch, SVG is working the clutch pedal like a piano, modulating it to stop the rear tires from dragging and locking under heavy braking. Less drag means less tire wear. Less tire wear means at lap 40, when everyone else's rears are cooked and greasy, SVG's got fresh rubber and he's checking out. Dale Jr. broke this exact thing down on his podcast after Watkins Glen. The footwork isn't a party trick. It's tire management baked into muscle memory over 20 years of supercars. And here's the terrifying bit for the U.S. garage: they can't copy it. Denny Hamlin, future Hall of Famer, tried right foot braking in practice before the Glen and quietly gave up because he couldn't do it well enough in a race. Ross Chastain's been grinding it in the simulator for over a year and still won't commit to it on Sunday. The sim data is brutal. It says the technique's worth real time, and it says these blokes are years away from mastering it. That's the panic. It's a skill you had to start learning at 16, on the mountain, in the rain. You can't buy it with Penske money. You can't download it. And SVG walked in the door with it pre-installed. But here's the open loop, and it's a ripper if the technique's the weapon. The 2027 Charter is the ammunition, because the money's about to change. WQ gets a seat, and that's when the veterans really start losing sleep. Let's decode it. All right, pattern interrupt. Forget the track for a second and follow the money. The 2027 Charter Agreement is the single most important document in the sport right now, and most fans have no idea what's buried in it. Here's what leaked out of the negotiations. NASCAR put an offer on the table giving teams around 42% of the media revenue. We're talking teams collecting close to $210 million in media rights income for years. The teams and NASCAR were, in their own words, far apart. Now the deal's locked, extended, and stable through 2031. And there's a rule in there, Brad Keselowski flagged, that changes everything. No organization can run more than 3 chartered cars. 3, not 4. That caps the big American super teams, your Hendricks, your Gibbs, and it forces the depth of talent to spread out to smaller, hungrier outfits. Now, who's the smaller, hungrier outfit that's been proven right? Trackhouse, the mob that bet on a Supercars champion when everyone else laughed. And SVG, he signed a multi-year extension in early 2026 that locks him at Trackhouse through at least 2027. He's not a visitor. He's furniture. Here's the future shock. NASCAR's hybridization push for 2026 to 2027. The engine regulation shakeup is designed to open the door to new manufacturers. New manufacturers mean new money, new seats, and new teams desperate for a proven formula. And the proven formula is now written in black and white. Find the guy who can drive right foot, road course, rocket ships. Find the next SVG. Where do those blokes come from? Not Charlotte. They come from Bathurst, from Mount Panorama, from the Supercars grid. Your Cam Waters, your Will Brown, your Brody Kostecki, blokes who've already tested the water in Cup. So when Logano says they're going to crash all of us, what he's really saying is the pipeline that made me is being replaced by a pipeline that doesn't make blokes like me anymore. And that's the secret the suits are burying. Speaking of the suits, hold that thought because there's a reason they want you distracted. Let's decode it. Quick one, and I mean it. Look at the numbers on this channel. About 70% of you are sitting here watching veterans lose their minds, and you're not subscribed. Fair dinkum, that's the corporate suits' dream. They love a passive audience that doesn't organize, so do us a favor, smash that subscribe button and join the Decoded crew. This is the only channel connecting Bathurst to the Brickyard, and the algorithm only respects tribes. Don't let the numbers game win. Right, back to it. So what actually happens? Here's where I stick my neck out. Prediction 1. By 2027, right foot braking stops being the SVG thing and becomes a hiring requirement for young prospects. Watch the development ladder. The teams will start scouting road race kids over dirt track kids for those seats. It's already started. Look at Connor Zilish, the young gun everyone's calling the next road course star. The DNA of the American stock car driver is being rewritten in real time. Prediction 2, at least one more Supercars name lands a full-time or heavily part-time Cup deal by 2027. With the 3-car cap spreading talent and new manufacturers hunting for an edge, some team's going to look at Trackhouse's checkbook returns and go, get me my own Kiwi. The invasion isn't one bloke, it's a beachhead. Prediction 3, and this is the one the traditionalists will hate. As NASCAR chases the international market, the schedule keeps drifting. More street courses, more road courses, maybe, and I'm saying maybe a genuine international date on the calendar. Mexico City already happened. Every road course they add is another race tilted toward the invaders and away from the oval old guard. That's not an accident, and that's a business plan. And Logano, the rev-matching, left-foot braking, oval-bred champion, he's not wrong to panic, he's just early. He can see the ground shifting before the earthquake hits the papers, but here's the final open loop before I hand it to you. There's one thing that could stop the whole invasion dead, and it's not a rule change, it's SVG's own ambition. Because he wants to win on ovals. And the day the road course specialist becomes a full package champion contender, that's the day the American garage stops panicking and starts full-blown surrendering. Whether that day comes, that's the real story of 2027. So here's where you come in, and I want this comment section to go off. 2 camps. Pick your side. Team Logano, you reckon experience, oval mastery, and 850 horsepower of American muscle wins the long war. The vets adapt, the ringers fade, and stock car racing stays a stock car sport. Or Team SVG, you reckon the game's already changed. Right foot braking is the future, the charter's clearing the runway, and by 2027, the mountain runs through the Cup garage. Drop it below. One word. Logano or SVG. And if you say SVG, tell me which Supercars bloke you want in Cup next. I read every single one. Rubbing is racing and the rub's only just starting. If this decoded something for you, hit subscribe, join the crew, and I'll see you at the next one. This has been NASCAR Nation Decoded. Now get off the internet and go watch a race. Cheers.